And then I have friends who will curse like they were drunken sailors
Oh
on
yeah.
their last day of being alive.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna name his name, but I have a friend, an older Hispanic friend, and he used to love saying like Spanish curse words under his breath while talking to people. And he would constantly like let's say if someone was asking for directions or something, like, oh, how do you get to 14th Street? And he goes, listen, pendeja, what you got to do is mama, you got to go down over here, pendeja, and then you coge tu por culo, and then you go over here to the left, and then you go like he would say stuff like that.
Listen, that guy right there,
he's a
he would be my
genius.
best friend. He would be my best friend.
You're about to listen to Trash Talking the Universe with Mr. Brooklyn and Mr. Bronx.
Mr. Zhirro.
I hope you enjoy the experience.
Soul brother number one.
You're out of this world. You're out of this world. You're out of this world. You're out of this world.
I fucks with it.
I'll do the little intro right now, if anything. Oh, you like that camera switch up, son? You like that camera switch up, son? Switch it up like nothing. It was at a touch of a button. That shit rhymed. It rhymed. Welcome, everybody, to Trash Talking the Universe. Thank you so much for joining us for our second live episode. And we have a very important topic to discuss today. I am joined by my two very, very good friends, my two very good co-hosts. One is from the Bronx, and the other is from Jacksonville, Florida. Here is Mr. Bronx and Mr. Zhirro. How are you doing, my fellas, my brothers, my podcast
What's
brothers?
good? What's good with you? What's good?
Enjoying
What's
this
going
new
on?
StreamYard
Adventure?
online thing that we're recording on. Thank you, StreamYard. And,
Yeah.
So I'm just getting the hang of it. So I'm gonna be messing around with a couple of things. I'm just gonna be changing it up for no reason. I'm gonna be like, hey, we're gonna go over here, then maybe go over here, then we go here. You know, I mean, just straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do whatever I can. I'll do whatever I can.
Yo, Zhirro, you look real tall right now, homie. You look
Joe, you look like 17.
Hey,
like
listen,
they put the box on the
stature
barber
is
chair.
huge.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. My stature is big right now. Watch it. Oh, get it.
I like that mask, Mr.
Yeah,
Zhirro. I gotta admit, I like that mask. I like the whole red and black contrasting with the Neo Fate logo in the background. That's very, very, very nice background. Very nice background. I just see a light.
Yeah.
The same thing as mine. I see a fan in mine, and I see a light in the. There's a sconce. There's a sconce behind Mr. Hector.
Right.
Okay, so the topic for this podcast, for this video podcast, I'm sure you guys heard of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, of course.
So Joe Rogan is an extremely popular podcaster, probably the most popular podcaster to date. And he got a little bit of some hot water. The beginnings of the story was his point of views and his scientific stuff about vaccinations. Did you hear about this? He was spreading false rumors about vaccinations and stuff like that.
Right.
And then he came to realize that, oh wait, let me speak to intelligent people like doctors and scientists and whatever, and give a whole different perspective. And then he apologized for it. So he was in the news like hot fire. Everybody's getting at him. Everybody's yelling at him, all the whole nine. And so because of his views of vaccinations, an older rock star from the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, named Neil Young, decided to pull all his music off of Spotify. Spotify is the company that promotes Mr. Rogan's podcast.
Yep.
And so he did it. A few other artists did it to like kind of get at Spotify and be like, hey, listen, you're not gonna sell our music if this dude is gonna cause people's lives with his stupidity. So they wanted to be off the podcast. Spotify lost some money, but it wasn't enough because Joe Rogan by himself with his podcasting is bigger than all those artists' music.
Yeah.
You know, like he earns them more than the music, so they're like whatever, you know?
Yeah, because the streams, what they get from the streams is like a point of a penny.
Yeah,
It's not like a full. It's like a percent of a percent.
Yeah, so for every stream they play their songs, and mind you,
Yeah.
they're kind of no longer popular artists. They are classic artists, but not popular.
Right.
They're popular with a certain demographic. So
Mhm.
they get paid 0.003 cents
Oh,
for every time they get streamed. Something like that. So
right.
not even a full penny for every time they stream a song of theirs or album of theirs. So anyway, Mr. Rogan apologized and blah 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 blah. So then another artist named India Ari, which we've definitely heard of.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, have you heard of India Ari? She was like a independent soul hip hop.
Yeah.
India Ari? She was big in the late 90s, early 2000s for like 10 years. No? Wow. Okay.
I have.
Yeah, she has like some really good music, like really good soulful music. She's one of those almost like Erykah Badu. You heard of Erykah Badu, right?
Yeah.
All right, so she's like a Erykah Badu-ish type artist, even though Erykah Badu I think is a little harder.
Baduish.
Badu-ish. Badu-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, ish. But yeah, so she makes some good music. She pulled her music off because Spotify gave $100 million to Joe Rogan.
Yep.
And the reason she's like, well, the vaccination stuff, or okay, whatever, he apologized for. But the reason why I pulled all my music off of it is because of his racial rants. And then she had a video, or she made her people made a video of every single time he used the N-word, whether it was
I seen this video
in a comedic way, or he tried to use it in a comedic way. Or he tried
he said the ER. It wasn't even.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the.
Right.
It wasn't the DA.
It was the DA. So that kind of blew up, and again he was in hot water like the very next week, and it's still going on now. So he apologized for it, and excuse my cough. And even though he apologized for it, even in his apology, it was like, oh, those are those were moments in 12 years worth of conversations.
That's a lot of moments.
And it was like, I think it was like 20
25 something like that. Times he said it.
Yeah, and the thing is that it was all taken out of context. It was me telling a story, and the word was used, so I used it to add to the story. And
hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's not all he said. Because he
no. He said.
Nah, he foul.
Yeah, he said a lot of things. He definitely said a lot of things, and he was like, it was in references to this and references to that and whatever, blah blah blah. And it was like, okay, perhaps, maybe, but still, you shouldn't have said it. You're a white bald dude in today's world. You shouldn't. Don't use the word.
No. There's no perhaps or maybe.
No.
Like, don't use the word.
There's nothing he can say that's gonna be like that. People are gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
He said it. You're not supposed to be saying it.
It's like, oh, you're forgiven, blah blah blah. So anyway, he put a 10-minute apology. He seemed pretty genuine in the apology. He owned up to stuff, and it was like, okay, you owned up to it.
Who cares?
Don't say it again. Continue your I guess your career, but now you're kind of like stained. Like you have a major blemish now on your career.
A big one.
He's gonna say it again.
He is. He's probably said it since. Did
you see that video he did? It was his podcast, as a matter of fact, and he was like, "I went to go see Planet of the Apes."
Right. Yeah.
He's like, and I thought I was in the Planet of the Apes. I was just like,
right.
Oh, but then he was like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean it like that. It was like, it doesn't matter how you meant it.
you still compared the two and then decided to put it out there, and it was okay. No, you shut up. You're dumb.
But then he was like, what? But he was like, but then they cut off that I was like, yo, I enjoyed it. That was a great experience. That doesn't. Even if they would have added that what you said was crazy.
what you said was so wild. Like
I
that.
want to hear
crazy.
what Mr. Zero has to say right now.
Man, no.
I mean, me and Hector, me and Mr. Bronx, we're Latin men, but we understand.
Listen,
you are the black man here in the group.
Listen.
It affects you a bit harder than us.
Listen.
A lot harder than us.
I got nothing for you. Remember that scene in Endgame where Iron Man comes back and he's looking at Cap. He's like, I got nothing for you. I got nothing. I got no coordinates. I got nothing.
Liar.
Exactly, liar. That's what I got for him. That's all I got for him. He said it. He compared walking through a neighborhood, an area of town, to the Planet of the Apes. How did you mean to? Like, how do you shoehorn that into a conversation that you're having with a buddy, and you just kind of fit that in there while you're walking through a part of town? Are you serious?
Right.
Stop it. No.
So that's what he was. That's what he was trying to defend.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he was trying to defend. He was trying to say, I was just hanging out with some friends. We made some stupid jokes. Comedy is comedy, but I was trying to be entertaining.
To who?
Trying to be an entertainer.
So think about it.
It's like he's like, yeah, but you're trying to use
you're using racism. You're using racism with your fellow white friends to make them laugh.
Yes,
that's what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
You're making fun of black people to make
your white friends laugh.
He wouldn't do it if he had black guests. If those were black people, he wouldn't say that.
No, he wouldn't.
They'll probably slap the hell out of him.
Stomp a mud hole in him. Yeah, right there on the block, probably. Yeah.
So
most definitely.
Yeah, he totally messed up. He completely messed up. He apologized profusely. He said that he messed up.
Okay.
He said if you personally have to say, oh, but I'm not racist, that means you already crossed the line. You disrespected. You know you messed up. And he goes, I know I messed up. He says, I know I messed up. I deeply apologize. So
listen.
Go ahead, Mr. Zero. I got you. Go ahead.
Take that L. Have a seat.
Yeah.
Let somebody else run your podcast for a while. Have a seat. Sit down. Have a seat. Because you're good. You're good. Nobody wants to hear your apologies because you probably said it in private conversation since then. You know what I'm saying? Like you're still saying it. You're still gonna do it because you said it 25 times and we're now just catching it. You probably said it before. You'll probably say it again. You'll probably go out with your white friends, those same white people that you shouldn't be hanging out with in the first place, who have now ruined your career, caused this blemish to be on your career. I mean, you take responsibility for you, obviously, but you're trying to entertain them. That's your excuse. So now they're the reason why just have a seat, bro. Nobody wants to hear your apology. The Rock stopped messing with him. Like he took his little voucher out that his cosign out that he put out for Joe Rogan.
Right, because what he did originally, The Rock, was he apologized for the vaccine. He's gonna fix some stuff up. He apologized. All right, congratulations, Joe Rogan, whatever. And then The Rock heard that. He said, "What?
Yeah, that's done."
I'm gonna just back up real quick and you.
He said, "Cut that time real quick."
You deal with that, Joe. Joe,
I'll be over here.
I'm gonna make another movie. I'm gonna
be way over here. You go ahead and take that. Andrew Yang said the same thing.
The thing that bothers me though is that they waited so long to hit him with that. Like
if he's
been doing this for years.
Listen, if he'd have kept his mouth shut and kept playing his part, they probably would have left him alone. They probably would have left it be. They was already on him for COVID. He should have just kept his mouth shut, apologized,
that's
kept
the thing,
rolling.
Though, is the artist in India Ari, she brought up the whole N-word thing.
Like a while ago, right?
But like no, it was like this year, ending of last year. Okay. But it was she went back and she found every single moment that he said it in every scenario and every whatever. So and then she put it, or she either found it already put together like a compilation, or she had someone put it into a compilation, or maybe she did it herself. I don't know. But but then
listen.
she played it and she put it on her TikTok. She put it on her Facebook thing.
Good.
And like she made she blew him up. She blew him
Yeah,
up.
she blew him up. That blew him
Make
up.
him famous. Make him famous. Why not?
And the thing is that she came out and she said straight up, she goes, Spotify became popular on the backs of musical artists.
Yes.
So they get paid, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, they get paid
less than a penny for every single stream.
Yep.
So then they pay Joe Rogan, a podcaster, $100 million, but they don't pay out everyone else that much money.
Nope.
They paid him $100 million to continue his podcast. And the thing is, she's like, wait a minute. So this guy is screaming the N-word, N-word this, N-word that, N-word this, N-word this. Like 50% of the artists on Spotify are black. You know? So she's like, wait a minute. No way in hell am I gonna pay listen to my music and earn more money off it than I am, and then pay a racist $100 million to be on the same platform.
Because whether he believes it or not, that's where he is. That's where he fits now. He is a racist.
Is that a white privilege? Is that a white privilege thing?
In this specific case, it's
the fact that
it's a money thing.
That's a money thing. But when he continues to prosper after this, then
it becomes a white privilege.
Then it becomes white privilege.
Because right now it's just Spotify gave it
because they're not letting him go.
No, they're not letting him go. And the owner of Spotify already vouched for him and is already going to continue to give him money.
He said, I'm not going to shut him down.
So where do you think this is going?
But check this out, though. Check this out. The thing that burns me underneath all of this, because you've got this heavy pile that we're talking about now. The thing that burns me is the fact that far right groups like the Proud Boys, the KKK, they want to offer him $100 million by itself,
more
than what he's getting to come over and work with them now. Because now they think, oh, he is racist. He's one of us. We can get him to join us and we'll have a bigger speaking audience.
Hey, listen.
You see what I'm saying? So now they want to use him as a mouthpiece, like I'm wearing this mask on my face. You feel me? And this is where he's going. Like, this is the route now that he's in that water now. He's in deep water now.
100 minutes for Spotify, 100 million racists. Do it, Joe.
You might as well get your money. You're done. You might as well get your money, man. You might as well go get your money.
I mean,
listen, you're halfway there. Just go for it.
Jump in, bro. Jump in. Jump in. You're good. Jump in.
All right. So this is my opinion. This is gonna be my opinion about Mr. Rogan. I do like his podcast. I do like a lot of his episodes are interesting.
Yeah.
But the fact that all this stuff came out and Spotify and India Ari and you know what's his name Neil Young and Neil Simon whoever the hell Neil Young.
It's Neil Young.
Yeah, Neil Young. It's the whole big gigantic controversy. He tried apologizing for it. He still got the money, regardless whether he apologized or not. He still got the money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now he has, just like you said, this other group that's gonna pay him whatever, and this other group are the worst of the worst.
Exactly.
And if he takes that worst of the worst, then one, you kind of save Spotify, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, he left on his own. You know? And then you destroy your career via everyone else on the planet, except for that specific demographic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he does that, whatever you because at the end of the day, if you're gonna be a freaking racist, you're gonna be a racist.
Yep.
Whether it's a racist that's broke or a racist that has $100 million in the bank or
$100 million.
You know what I mean?
Just don't get robbed in the Planet of the Apes, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching a video of Trevor Noah that he covered this pretty extensively.
Yeah.
And he said specifically at the end of his broadcast, he said, maybe somewhere down the line we'll let this go, or not really forgive you, but we'll let it be as a mistake. But what makes someone a racist? He like that. That's a very interesting question. He said, is it one event that you do that makes you a racist? Is it a pattern of racial things, or is it just deep down inside of you, whether you know it or not?
All three.
That's a good point.
You know, because I mean that is a good point. Because sometimes anybody could mess up, make a stupid joke, whether it's about black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like that doesn't make you a racist. I don't think one joke or one whatever makes you a racist.
Nah.
Now, if you continue it and then you notice you start getting specific groups and you're pandering to those groups, if it's for money, then you're just a greedy piece of trash. If it's for like, oh, this makes me feel good to make fun of these people, yeah, you're a racist. You're you're garbage.
Yeah,
you're a racist. That's it.
You trash. You hot garbage.
Yeah, that's straight up trash.
What is it? Basura.
Basura.
Yeah. Hot garbage.
I'm pretty sure it's both though. He said talking bad about these people and getting paid for it is my jam. That's my jam, homie.
It's my jam.
Listen, I go to work to be racist and get paid millions.
Yeah, I don't have to keep the door closed. I don't have to keep the window closed. I don't have to hide in my closet. I can say whatever I want to on the air. Take the money, Joe.
And I get paid more?
Take the money, Joe. Take the money and be yourself.
Spotify is going to have some problems. They're going to have some problems.
Listen,
by the way, thank you for listening to Trash Talking Universe here on Spotify. And Amazon Audible, and of course Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, because we also on Spotify too. And Anchor app, and that's actually owned by Spotify.
We might not be on the air. Might not be on the air much longer.
We might get kicked out because we think Spotify. I mean, we're gonna
take the money, Joe. Take the money, Joe. Take the money. I changed my mind. Take the money. Joe, take the money and be yourself, Joe.
I mean,
be the racist that you were born to be, and be yourself, Joe. Don't lie to yourself. Everybody else out here living La Vida Loca and living their truth. You do it too. You go.
He should do one last Fear Factor and walk around with a bag of $100 million and go through Harlem in New York.
Yeah,
let everybody know he's there.
Yeah, it's Fear Factor for you. Do it.
Yeah, he should do. Remember Die Hard, the third one?
Yeah. With Bruce Willis.
When they got him like halfway naked and put the sign on him.
Yeah, put the sign on him and made him walk.
He was like, what are you doing, man? You're gonna get killed. And he goes, there's a guy. He goes, all you heard in the back goes, what the? And then you see all these guys come down. He goes, man, you better run.
Man, go for it, Joe.
A friend of yours? Oh,
get your money, Joe. Get your money. Get your money.
Oh man.
Just remember one thing. When you get your money, you can't take it with you. So you better spend it. You better spend it now. Because you can't take it with you.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of people out there who are worse.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, say what you will about Joe Rogan. He racist, not racist, whatever's your opinion. I think he has the little racial tendencies. I don't think he's a full blown racist, but
probably not.
He effed up. He effed up big.
Yeah,
like really big with more than just one demographic. He messed up with several demographics.
Yeah,
he strengthened with one.
Oh yeah, he's strong with one.
Yeah, but
they'll give him privilege. He'll be fine. They'll take care of him. We got your back, man. Joe. We got your back. We got your back, Joe. That's pathetic. That's super pathetic.
So crazy. The Planet of the Apes.
He's like, we don't have it back. Nope. Yon, son. Yon.
Yeah.
Walk that
50,000.
Listen,
as
go
a
ahead.
podcaster, I hope you make as much money podcasting as possible.
Listen,
As a Latin male, I hope you learn from this and you stop the crap before something stupid happens.
Before you get clapped.
Yeah, before something bad happens.
listen. Don't ask me.
Nah.
Go ahead, and walk that green mile, son. Get on out there. This is
My
hey,
name's John Coffee.
this is what you wanted. You wanted this. This is what you wanted.
All right, so besides the Joe Rogan stuff,
Right.
the whole controversy around the N-word, right?
Okay.
A lot of people have said, I've said it as a teenager, referring to my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's everybody who grew up in Bronx, Brooklyn, New York, who had the whole ghetto-ness in them and everything, has said it at least once.
Right.
And referring to, oh, these are my, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's in music, it's in movies, it's in everyday conversation, especially when you're from there. You know, when you're from those places, whether you're black or Hispanic. Usually, if you're Hispanic, a lot of black people give you a pass because we all grew up together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, in some cases, it's almost a positive thing to say that word. But I mean, technically, if you're black and you want to say it, you're taking the power away from the racist part because, oh, I'm not supposed to say this word. So I'm already kind of kicking it back to the OG racists from back in the day, and I'm using it as I go do whatever the hell I want because I'm free now. Even my ancestors may not have been free, but we free now. You know what I mean?
It could be seen that way. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people see it that way. For
Yeah.
me, just don't use it. There's no point to use it. There's no need to use it. You don't need to use it, and nobody needs to use it. You know what I mean?
I agree with
no, yeah.
And
nobody needs to use it.
I'm not gonna lie, I use it a lot, and I'm speaking for myself.
Mhm.
I'm trying not to say it just because it's like all we're doing is, especially, you know, when black people say it around white people, it's kind of it's weird. It's like kind of making them think that it's okay for them to say it.
Mhm.
You know, they shouldn't say it, but there are a lot of white people who say it.
Yeah.
And the ones who say it is because they have black friends and they say it. You know what I mean? Or you know, they hear it a lot. So
they grow accustomed to it.
Right, exactly.
It becomes almost like everyday type of banter, a part of their dialogue.
Right. But me, you know, like me, like I said, I can't tell anybody what to do. People say what they want to say. I think you shouldn't say it, or try to say it less.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Take it out of your vocabulary.
Yeah, there is an argument for because a lot of people say that this word means a king or something like that, or is royalty or whatever. But that word is Niger, from the land of kings, Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria. That's
so if you say
that's not the same thing.
Like hello, my Niger, you're saying hello, my king.
Yeah, no,
like
that's not
honor, respect.
That's not the same thing.
You know what I mean? So it's not the same thing.
I'm not. First of all, I'm not calling nobody my king.
No.
No, that's something that's almost like my boy, my friend, my brother, something like that. You're like, yo, what up, king? You know, it's something loosely based like that. The meaning is loosely based on that.
Okay.
But it originally stated, I looked up a long time ago, but it originally came from obviously slave owners and stuff, whatever, saying someone is ignorant. But they didn't say ignorant; they say ignorant.
Ignorant,
ignorant, and then that became the N-word because of a southern twang, southern slang in their vocals.
Yeah.
So that's how the word. If you say ignorant enough, it'll happen. Like you'll say.
I don't know.
No, listen.
It happened through time. Okay, it wasn't just one guy going ignorant. Ignorant.
The definition of that word is ignorant.
Right.
So when you want to put emphasis on someone being ignorant, you say the N word, and then you say it with the hard R to add your emphasis, to add your authority. You say it with the hard R. You follow it up with something about, you know, some iced tea and calling somebody son for no reason, and then you get your crap kicked out of you.
The word boy.
Or boy. That comes with it. But there's still a difference between, especially nowadays. There's a huge gap between the hard R and the GA. You know what I'm saying? Like there's two differences. Black people use it. Obviously, we flipped it and use it in the way that we feel we take whatever power back. I've heard that talk. I still don't think anybody should use it. I really don't. I don't think, because I'm guilty of it myself. I've used it in the past. I don't think anybody should use it though.
Right.
Because in us using it, we're still saying we have something that you can't have.
Right.
They want it. They're gonna want it regardless. And by us using it, they're gonna feel like they could use it too.
Right.
Just like you were saying earlier, they're gonna feel like we should be able to use it. If you're saying it and you're making it cool, we should be able to use that cool definition. But coming from them, that cool definition doesn't work because they didn't go through what our people went through. So there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So for them to use it at all,
that's very interesting.
For them to use it at all reflects on us because we give them that power to use it when they shouldn't. Even when we changed it and made it something good, we still took something that was detrimental to us and we're still trying to build it to make it something else when we should destroy it. You know what I mean? Like the culture has now adopted this when they should go ahead and destroy it. Find something else. We are all smart enough to use other vocabulary.
Yeah.
Pick something else, run with it. We don't have to use that.
My ninja.
Exactly.
Ninja.
Perfect. Perfect point. Use something else.
That's my ninja right there.
Use something else. Because continuing to use that cycle will keep going. We'll keep arguing.
So
people will still keep using it. What's up?
Let me ask you a question. Remember the Jackie Chan movies with this guy, the comedian, Chris Tucker. Rush Hour, the Rush Hour series.
Okay.
In one of those movies, Jackie Chan used the N-word. And he goes, "What's up, Mike?" And then he says it. He says it with his accent, his twang, his whatever. Now, Jackie Chan ain't white. He is a what is it? As a Japanese, Korean, Chinese.
I think he's Chinese.
Yeah, so he's Chinese. So he's gone through his own racial things.
Yeah, they have their own. Yeah, they have their own issues.
Specifically, because I know that with the Vietnam War, a lot of Americans think, "Oh, you Chinese, you Japanese, you Taiwan, you from whatever." No, you're Vietnamese. You're Chinese. We have issue, especially the older people from Vietnam who still live.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are your thoughts on like another race saying that word, like the same way, like if I were to say it, I mean, me being Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? It's like I don't want to say it. I'm gonna admit to it. Yes, I have, but it's like and on top of that, it's in mainstream media.
When Jackie Chan said it in the movie, that's specifically what it was. It was a character in a film to get a laugh, to get something. They were reaching for something by even putting that in the film.
Right.
For the character to say something like that, that's just the humor that they were trying to go for. It's tasteless. You know what I'm saying? Him saying it like shock factor, like, oh, he said it. Like, now, if he was to say this in his normal life, like if we had people walking around of other races besides Caucasian saying it, nobody should say it. Nobody should say it. The only way you can use that word is if you use it in its original meaning, which means ignorance. And if you are calling someone ignorant, case in point, I used this word about 4 years ago on a guy who worked at our job. He was a black guy. He was doing whatever he wanted in his dating life. He met 2 girls, slept with them both, thought he got one pregnant, and then moved states. And that's how he got to where we are. and I chewed him out. I laid him out. He thought the girl was pregnant and he left her. He packed up, he left the state, came to Florida. I was like, you were exactly the issue. You're the problem. You did what you did, standing here around us at lunch, talking about it as if it was okay, perpetuates a huge issue that is going on in the community where fathers are just disappearing wherever they go. They just disappear. Right. You're perpetuating this. You're exactly what they are. You are ignorant. You are it. You are the poster boy now, in my eyes, of what that means. Because this is what you do, your actions, and everything that led you here. Plus, he was a crappy worker. So I'm like, you're just making it worse on yourself. Like, we were having this conversation to talk about how bad of a job he was doing in front of the people who hired us at the time.
Right.
Then that comes out because, you know, the conversation died down. Then he wants to throw this out like this will get him cool points. Not sure how that works or where that works.
Mm-hmm.
So I at first I was trying to hold my tongue. I didn't say anything. I got up and walked away. Came back. He was still talking about it. So I politely told him exactly what he was doing and what people think of that and how you look to other people telling them this. And as a black man, what you're doing to the thoughts and ideas of all these white people that are standing around you, they're looking and they're seeing this from you, seeing that it's okay, seeing that you do this. All they're going to do is talk about you. Your boss is standing here and you're putting that out.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, that guy quit that day. Yeah, he went home. He packed his stuff up. He said, I'm not going to finish. I'm leaving. And
he moved
left.
again?
Probably.
Yeah, apparently he moved again.
But I used that word and I laid that on his shoulder and I said, you have become this. This is where you are. Your ignorance has led you to this point. You cross paths with me and that's done. I don't appreciate it. I don't applaud it. I don't high five you. You get nothing. You can go whenever you feel because your work also leans to how lazy and how you're doing everything that they think you are already. And it didn't help that the guy who trained us and was leading the crew was raised to be racist. Had the mullet, the pickup, had all the essentials that comes with that racist action figure, had all the accessories. All the accessories. You know, his voting pass, all of it. And he was sitting there in the group.
Had the hair that chops?
Yeah, all of it. He had all of it. Yeah, the racist karate action. He had all of it. And you're telling him this. All he's going to do is go back to his bosses and tell them that. And now you moving up, that's done. You can forget that. That's out.
Yeah.
That's out.
The one of those colorful characters that you just described actually drove up into my job, and he had let's just say he had a bunch of flags on his car.
They always do.
And I just looked at it like oh.
Today's that day. Today's that kind of day.
That's great. Yeah, and then the thing is the supervisor that was with me is black. The other guy that's with me is Latino. The other person that was ahead of me was Latina. And then the majority of the store that works there is black and Latin, and then with a few white people. My dude drove in with a Jeep, and he had not one, not two, not three, but he had about 6 flags.
Why you go from 3 to 6?
His Jeep of a particular flag that for many people means racist. And my dude drove in there, and he looked like he had that little mullet walk, and he had that walk like he walked in there like he was like whatever. And the thing is that he came in there, he looked around, he was looking for something, he kept looking around, and I kind of like saw him at the corner of my eye because I didn't want to help him. I didn't want to help him.
You gotta help him though. You gotta help him.
Yeah, no, I know it's my job. I gotta help him, but I'm like, if he's far away from me, there are other people here.
Like there are other people he can contact them first and give them
like before he gets to me, like whatever. and it just so happens that I saw a Hispanic girl go up to and help him, or a Latinx, what it's called now, Latinx, young lady help him, and he looked like a little standoffish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he was in the hardware section, and he was like he wanted a guy, and a lot of the guys who work in hardware are older white males, and it looked like he was like, I'll ask him for help. I'll ask him for help, and whatever. He just went up to a white guy, and I was like, yeah. I just walked away after that. I was like, maybe, perhaps, maybe, but no. He could have been racist. He could have been sexist. He could have been both. Probably both. They usually go hand in hand, right? So whatever. I noticed a lot of, especially in music, hip hop music, the N word is used constantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
even in some of my favorite songs, no matter who it is, no matter what race they are, well, except for white, there's a lot of white artists don't touch that at all. You know what I mean? I think Eminem is extremely intelligent for never using that word.
You don't need to.
He doesn't need to.
Nobody does.
Actually,
nobody needs to.
I think he used it in one song pertaining to his ex-girlfriend who was black. And
that got him.
And then
it
was never released. But then, like 20 years later, when he became big, somebody found it and released
it out there.
Racist. Like, no, that was more like broken-hearted than racial, like the racial type.
Yeah,
but still, he messed up and whatever he said, whatever he messed up, whatever. But like that's not like the Joe Rogan situation where it was like 35 times. And then
it's like one time, okay, 2 times you slipped up. 30, 25, 97 times. Like
that was like a minute and a half of him saying the N-word.
You ever seen that video?
It doesn't sound like a lot of time, but that's a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Like think about it. If you're holding, like, if you ever did planks.
Yeah.
If you held the plank for a minute and a half,
that's a lot.
Hurts.
Yeah. You seen a video recently of the guy walking across ice and he slips and then he keeps slipping. And he keeps slipping. And keeps slipping. That's what he did.
It took him like 4 minutes to fall.
He's like, and he's like, legs are just going, and he's like balancing himself, balance.
Yeah,
and then for a minute, you're like,
no,
wow.
He did fall at the end.
He fell at the very end
because he wanted to.
Yeah, because he got tired.
Yeah, he was getting sleepy.
Yeah, like
I wonder how many times he practiced that.
Him and that
video kind of looked genuine. That video looked like
it looked like he was
he
about
came
to crash.
out and he was like, "Yo, son."
That does not look genuine. He held that so hard, like he been practicing that for a minute.
Like he was trying to save his life.
Yeah,
he was trying to save
his
life.
He made
was
that
on the
ice.
line.
That ice that was on the floor, he made it himself.
Get the camera ready. Hey Bob,
get the camera ready. You ready? I'm going to cut the car.
I am going to slip up like
crazy. Cut.
He was going in, like he was all over the place.
Get that.
He had it for a while. He had it for a while, man. He
held it down for at least a good like minute and a half, 2 minutes, just like Joe Rogan on the N-word.
Yeah, that's that. That's that Joe Rogan. That's that Joe Rogan right there.
Time.
It is.
And then
to top it off, like the icing on the cake was that comment about the Planet of the Apes, and it's like, now we know you're a bigot. Like, thank you. Tell me you're a bigot without saying you're a bigot. Really, there you go. That was really the end of that.
Yeah, because he said specifically, "Oh yeah, we want to go see the Planet of the Apes," and then he was like, "Oh, this is a good neighborhood." Yeah, it's a good neighborhood. Whatever. And then he walked in there, and he goes, "Oh man, it's like we walked into the Planet of the Apes. It's like we walked into Africa." It's like,
walked into Africa.
Those are his words, exactly what he said. And he's like, and then he even said it later in the thing. He goes, "Wow, that's the most racist comment I ever said." and then the other guy starts laughing. He goes, "Yes, it was."
Yeah, he's like, "I'll find another job."
But then now he's like, "I apologize. I didn't mean to say that." You said it.
You said it. You said it. Acknowledged it, and then kept going.
You didn't mean to say the N-word 35 times. in the 10 years. You didn't mean to say none of that.
Yeah, he can stop.
Okay.
He can stop.
Man. All right, so the N word.
Like I said, if you would have said it one time and be like, I didn't mean to say that, and never said it again, got you. Okay, we believe you didn't mean to say that.
He did it. He did it for a whole 2 years. How long?
12.
I don't know. Over 12 years, and you apologizing for something
But
that
think
happened
about it.
12 years ago.
Nobody said anything to him except for this lady. What was her name?
Indiana.
Yeah.
Don't do her like that. Don't do her like that.
India Ari.
Indiana.
Look, she caught it. If he'd have just stayed in his lane and just talked about, other stuff.
He's a white man. He's never gonna stay in his lane.
No, because they don't have one. Dang.
Every lane is their lane.
Oh, okay. They own all of them. Okay,
all the lanes are mine.
Right.
From the slow one on the right to the fast one on the left. And I don't need another person to be all the way in the left. I could be by myself from 6 to 8.
It's a little something called privileged.
Man, stop it. Stop it. Listen.
Oh man. So we all agree the N-word should be abolished. It should be.
Yeah, I still love white people.
It should.
The only thing is, I mean,
I still love white people.
I don't have an issue with white people. I have an issue with racists.
Nobody has it. Like, look, I'd rather a racist come out and be like, I am racist. I know where you stand.
Yes.
Good. That's good. I know where you are. I know where you stand. I know what you're about. All right, cool. Right. I don't got to tiptoe. We already know.
Like, you're racist, and then you're a liar.
Yeah, and then you're a liar, and then you want to talk behind people's back because you want to hide it. Like, you're doing all this extra covert stuff. You don't have to be a trained spy. Nobody's. You don't have to do that. Just be upfront and be like, "Hey, I don't like black people or Asians or Indians or Pacific Islanders or people from Mars." Or basically, if you don't look like my grandfather, I don't like you. Just put that out there and then be like, "Here, do whatever you want with that," and I'll be like, "Okay, that's cool."
I don't like but I love your food. I don't like but I love your food.
And your music and the way you guys dance.
I love your tacos. Yeah. I love your arroz con pollo. I love your garbanzos beans and.
But I want y'all to go back. Go back where you came from.
Yes.
But leave your food here. And we like your music, but do it over there. But then send it
over there and then send it here.
Send it here.
Listen.
Don't walk your dog in my park.
Listen.
Okay, don't walk your dogs in my park.
And then we're gonna come vacation on your islands. We're gonna come vacation on your islands to take in all of your scenery and culture, and then we're gonna dirty it up.
You guys gotta leave. And then
when we get there,
back.
I need you. Yeah, I need you to go get my
don't
robe.
Be speaking your
Spotify
languages.
is not gonna let us post this.
Don't be
this is gonna burn. This is gonna burn. They're gonna burn this one. They're gonna burn this one.
Listen, we're not talking bad about white people. Let's make this straight and clear. We're not talking bad about white people. We're talking bad about racists.
We are trash. We are literally trashing racists.
Yes, trashing racists, regardless of what color they are, regardless of their culture. If you don't like somebody based off the pigment of their skin, whether it's too little, not enough, too much, whatever.
Yeah, like racism is not just a one-sided. Racism isn't a one-sided issue. Like everyone, like there's racism everywhere.
Africans don't like African Americans. That one got me. They don't like them. They do not. They get offended when you be like, "Yo, go African Americans go back to Africa."
There are some dark Latinos.
Belong here. I don't do this to me. Like, what?
There are dark Latin people who don't like light Latin people. You from the same damn island.
Yo,
like,
that's interracial stuff. That's like stuff that goes on inside the culture.
Right, but that's the thing though. Is like I know some Puerto Ricans who they straight up like don't like dark Puerto Ricans. Like, oh, he's part black. Like, so are you stupid? What does it matter?
Yeah.
Let's
be honest.
I don't like Cindy because she's white. You're Puerto Rican. You also have white in you too. You have part European blood. part Afrocentric.
Yeah. Oh,
it doesn't freaking matter. Like pretty much if you're Puerto Rican, you're Cuban, you're Dominican, you're anywhere from those islands, you're a mix of everything.
Yeah. I'm a mutt.
Me and Mr. BX are mutts.
We're mutts.
We have European DNA. We have African DNA. We have indigenous population DNA. So we also have the natural Indians that the ones that were here first in our bloodlines. And on top of that, you never know. We could have some sort of the Pacific Islanders as well. I mean, that's pretty much what we are.
Yeah,
we're a mixture. We just happen to grow up on different islands, and different islands develop different dialects of Spanish. That's why we have so many different dialects of Spanish. It's like what, 20 or more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like it's stupid to say, oh, I don't like white people, I don't like black people, I don't like this. Like, I am them. We are them. It doesn't matter. Now, even if somebody is white.
I think that's the reason why black people will let you guys say it. He'll let us say it. That's the pass.
Yeah, because like,
that's a pass. We get that pass because we got all these. Because to be honest, okay, The Rock, he's what? Half black, half Samoan.
Yeah,
he has the right to say that word. He does. He can say it.
Yeah, because
he doesn't though.
He's black.
I've never heard him say it.
You really don't have to.
Every curse word. I've never heard him say it.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
So what do you think of Jason Momoa? Do you think Jason Momoa has the right to say it too?
What is his?
He's half white, also half Samoan or Hawaiian, which Hawaiian is African, Latin, and or everything mixed together.
Yeah, but he doesn't say it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't. I don't know for a fact. I don't know.
Nobody has to.
But
but nobody has to. And like I said, I'm speaking for myself. Like I'm gonna not say it because I've said it recently.
Yeah, like me, like you guys know me. I curse on a regular basis. It just happens naturally in my language.
You've been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah,
it's hard to let it go.
It's so difficult for me to let go. That's like me letting go of my leg.
Yeah,
it's like that's already part of my personality. But I'll try to hold it back from time to time because I know sometimes it could be too harsh.
All right,
that's one word. Like if the F word, the S word, but a word like the N word, that's something I could do without. Even the B word, that's something I could do without. Even though it's kind of fun to say to your friends though. Like that one is fun to say. It's fun to call one of your boys a bitch, just because it's
you get a reaction out of people when you say that. Especially men, you get a reaction out of them, and they
but it's like it's all said in jest. It's not said like to actually disrespect women or disrespect that person. I'm saying it as in like oh, I'm just messing with you. But the thing is, like those two words, I don't have to say them.
Yeah,
like that's not something like for me.
Nobody has
the F word comes out more naturally than any other curse word.
Multifaceted curse word.
Yeah,
because you
could probably use it exactly 3 or 4 times in one sentence.
And be talking about totally different stuff when you use it. Like it could be
adjective, it could be a noun, it could be a verb, an adverb.
Just where you put it in the sentence could mean
could mean totally different things. Like
same thing with shit.
That's how the word is created.
The thing about me is I've learned to adapt. So if let's say I'm around Zhirro's mom, I don't curse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think I slipped not one time around his mom.
See, that's one thing. If I'm around kids, no. Around my nephew, because me and my brother are very, very identical, like in a lot of ways. So, like, we don't let him curse, but when we're talking to each other, like sometimes it'll just come out in natural conversation. There's no anger behind it. There's no deep spirited and whatever anything. It's just like oh, you saw that shit the other day. Like
sometimes you don't even realize it.
Yeah, some people don't even realize
it. You don't even realize it.
And then we hear the kid like, oh, you're cursing. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, no, my bad.
There's been plenty of times where I said I'm talking and I said something and they're like, "Yo, watch your mouth," and I was like, "What did I say?"
Right.
You said this. I did. My fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that there was a situation a couple years ago, like when I used to work for the old company I used to work for, and one person was like that they hated cursing. They like whenever somebody cursed around them, they got angry, like they got like bothered. And I was just like wow, why, like you take it so serious, like you take it like so personal, and like, oh, I just believe those words. We can speak so much better. We're so much smarter than that. I'm like, yeah, it's true, but sometimes it's good to get out of just mother, like sometimes it's just good to get it out. Sometimes, depending on what the situation is, like it's a form of expression that shouldn't be that shouldn't be blocked anyway. And so they were telling us, no, you could use your vocabulary in different ways, whatever. So he actually made me a better creative writer, because I started messing with him. So I would say something like these, like you said ninja before. Like I would make like whole analogies, like 15 sentence long analogies. It's like, you mother friggin' the flower picking the pop licking, like all this stuff, and he'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you, boy? And I'll be like, you say you don't like cursing. So I'll say like a whole long sentence describing everything under the sun. And then I'll be like, lawyer. And then like walk away.
Lawyer and then walk off.
Like, I said no cursing. like it was like stupid stuff like that, whatever. And then I have friends who will curse like they were drunken sailors.
Oh yeah.
The last day of being alive.
Oh yeah.
Like I have one, I'm not gonna name his name, but I have a friend, an older Hispanic friend, and he used to love saying like Spanish curse words under his breath while talking to people. And he would constantly like let's say if someone was asking for directions or something, like, oh, how do you get to 14th Street? And he goes, okay, listen, pendeja, what you got to do is, mama, you got to go down over here, pendeja, and then you go through the por culo, and then you go over here to the left, and then you go like he would say stuff like that.
Listen, that guy right there,
he's a genius.
My best friend. He would be my best friend. Me and him would.
Me and him talk to this day sometimes through text or through Facebook, and he's a wonderful person. He just does that to mess with people. The only thing is that there was this one time I was there too for this one time, and he's saying this, and he thought the person was white. The person wasn't white. The person was Puerto Rican, and the thing is, they just looked white because again, Puerto Ricans are mixed with everything.
Yeah,
so we could look any part of the spectrum. We could look like that. It just happens to Latinx people. So he was saying it, but he said it under his breath or whatever. Like the main points he said normally, and then like the little curse words he was saying under his breath. And then the person was like, what did you say? Did you just curse me out? Like, and he goes, no, what are you talking about? I'm giving you instructions to how to get to it. And he goes, no.
You said something.
You said you called me stupid, or you called me a punk ass in Spanish. That's what you said. No. What I said is that you got to go down there.
Yeah.
I didn't call you mama. I said to get down there. He goes, what the hell does that mean? My English is not too good. That dude spoke perfect English, let me tell you. Spanish too. Yeah, that was so funny, man. I miss that dude. That was hilarious. But still, some words you don't need to say ever. So whatever.
It takes years to get to a point to where you work out those words out of your vocabulary if you're gonna get rid of them.
Because you've been doing it for so long.
It takes time. It takes time.
I mean, for me personally, I don't want to get rid of them. I only want to get rid of the ones I don't use are already the ones I don't use because I don't. But that's already been for a long time. I haven't said any of those words for a long time. Regular curse words like F word, S word, yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. That's because I kind of don't want it to. I'll control it, certain situations, specific situations. But that's part of me. That's all. So, well, we kind of came to the conclusion here in Trash Talking the Universe on Spotify that
Spotify.
Mr. Joe
Gotta
Rogan
make sure we put that out there. Yeah,
Mr. Joe Rogan messed up. He messed up big time.
Joseph.
He's
Hey, Joe, I forgive you, man.
Yeah.
I forgave him long time ago.
Mr. BX forgives you, Joe.
Yeah, be you.
And even if he does it again, I'll forgive him again.
Yeah.
Me, I'll say to a certain extent, I'll forgive him as well, but then it's tainted in my head now. It's gonna take a long time to change that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna stop listening to his podcast. Well, I haven't listened to his podcast in a while, but or I'm gonna like try to like cancel culture crap. Like, nah, people deserve to keep living, just because it's not like he's killing people. You know what I mean? It's he messed up with his words. You know what I mean? So yeah, does he deserve to get punched in the face? Maybe perhaps. Maybe perhaps. Maybe just one, just a quick pat. Don't do it again.
He gonna do it again. As soon as he go home to get some steak and slap it on his swollen eye, he gonna do it again. He gonna be like, "That mother," and then the door gonna close, and then he gonna say all the words he want to say.
He's like, "I'm
gonna start do it again."
He called this.
Yeah, he gonna do it again. There should be a hotline he can call where he just can talk to the person on the phone and just get it all out. Just say them for the week, like you say enough for the week, and then you're good. And then that urge to say it is out of your system, and then you can just go on with your life, have a professional career, and not get in trouble. Just call a hot. I got to start that. That's an idea. I got to start that. How many N-words do you have in you? Just drop them all on me, and then you're good to go for the week. You're good.
Well, with that being said, we're gonna end the podcast right here. Thank you so much, Mr. BX. Thank you so much, Mr. Zhirro, for joining me here. Everybody listening, everybody watching, thank you so much for the support.
Yeah,
please share.
Always.
Please share the podcast. Please share the audio, the visual, anything. Trash Talking Universe. We are trying to grow it. Mr. BX runs a Trash Talk Games on Twitch and on Facebook that he goes live sometimes. So check out Trash Talk Games. There's also an Instagram, Trash Talking Universe, Trash Talk Games, and also Neo Fate. Mr. Zhirro runs a clothing line online called the Neo Fate. Please check him out. He is also on Instagram. Okay, so we are pretty much trying to do everything and anything we can do. To
listen. I'm planning on starting like some music, so just look out for that.
Look out for that.
Look out for that. I know three three rap artists I know.
Three rap artists. Wow, I wonder who they are.
And everyone not here. Listen, we're going different ways with this, so just stay tuned. Stay with us.
I did some music before. I'm a little retired now, but I'll give some things a shot.
He said a little.
Always say that. I'm retired. But are you really retired?
No.
I dabble sometimes, just for like on my own. But a lot of it sucks. A lot of it is trash. That's why I don't release anything. At least it's not good enough or whatever.
We'll see.
But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for the support. Trash Talking Universe, Trash Talk Games, Neo Fate, all on Instagram, all on Facebook. We have a Twitter, TikTok, the whole freaking nine.
Man. We all out here.
We are out. Peace.